Very good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay. So, what is the agenda for revision for the next 3 days, which is Thursday, Friday, and Monday? We are going to have the entire topics of maths and stats, okay, revised in a phased manner. So, I would have shared with you the syllabus that we are going to plan for day that we have planned for day 1. So day 1 will be on, in maths, if you see, we are going to cover time value of money, AP and GP, and ratios, proportions chapter. Okay. Now then when we come to stats, we are going to cover basics, which is your theory chapter, and very important chapter in statistics, central tendency and dispersion. And of course, we also have logical reasoning, where we will be covering blood relations and seating arrangements. Okay, so this is your agenda for today. Now, how we will progress in the classroom? Okay, the progress is going to be in for all the days. This is how our plan is going to be. Now, for every chapter, the allotted time is probably somewhere, you can say, between half an hour to 1 hour. இவ்வளவுதான் ஒரு chapter, maximum say 2 hours for longer chapters. Okay, so on an average, the time that we are going to spend per chapter is going to be somewhere between 1 to 2 hours. It's a very small chapter, of course, lesser than that. Now, what is that 1 to 2 hours going to be all about? Number 1, we are going to have a thorough revision of the formula. Okay, I hope all of you have a separate notebook ready. Okay, as and when I give you the formula, you can either take the notes of the formula, or anyways the PDF will be shared to you at the end of the session. Okay, on purpose I have not given it to you in hand, so that your focus is on the class and not on the paper, right? So the PDF will be shared to you at the end of the session. The hard copy itself will be given to you, okay, or it will be uploaded in the drive, both ways. That is with respect to the formulae. So we will be running through all the formula relevant for that particular chapter. And we will also be quickly running through all the shortcuts that we have been using in the class that we have to follow, etc. Right? And then we will be doing at least about 10 questions minimum. I am saying 5 to 10. 5 is very less for romba chinna chapter kala. Okay, but on an average 10 to 20 questions per chapter, 10 to 15 minimum, okay, per chapter. And all the questions that I have selected for the revision are from your last 2 revision test papers, including your Jan 2025 attempt revision test paper, okay, mock test papers and scanner questions. Okay, I have not selected all the scanner questions. I have only selected those that are probably one in each pattern. So from somewhere like that I have selected, so that you get to do a variety of questions and you get confidence in overall that particular topic. And I certainly believe we will definitely have about 2 hours in the end for solving one full run of a set of questions, as a, say, probably as a overall perspective. Okay, that will be reserved for the last day. Once all the topics revision is complete, we will probably have a 2-hour run of quickly solving a full set of questions. Say, you can also imagine it like a mock test that you are going to have right away immediately after revision. The goal is, when you are out of the revision session on Monday, on 9th of December, you should be saying that, okay, maths and stats revision is done. I will look at it just before the examination. That is the level of preparation and revision that we will be doing in the class. Now, what we expect from you: number 1, utmost attention in the classroom. Number 2, quickly solving the questions. No time for discussion. Any question that we are going to solve has to be on your own independently. Okay, as if you are doing it in an examination, right? And number 3, you will have to have a basic preparation of whatever topic that I am giving you as the agenda for the next day, so that you are coming comfortably and you are not coming blank for the class, so that it's easy for you to have the grasp of the topics. Okay, else you will feel as if it is going very fast, right? So if you are having a quick look into the topics before you come to the class, then it will help you in looking at the or revising the syllabus. Okay, so that given, let's start with the first topic for today, which is going to be our pre-breakfast session. Time value of money. Time value of money. Right? Now from weightage perspective, this chapter. So you all already know about the weightage for maths and stats syllabus. What is the weightage? Maths 40, logical reasoning 20, and stats 40. So if you look at the entire paper of maths and stats, the overall weightage would be spread. It is not like it is going to be concentrated towards one topic as such. So approximately you can expect somewhere between 5 to 6 questions from this chapter. Okay, and if you are probably say one of the papers where they are assuming it to be a lengthy paper, then you can expect even up to 10 questions from this chapter. Okay, right? Now, time value of money. What is this topic going to cover? Number 1, the concept of simple interest. Number 2, compound interest. And 3, effective interest. Okay, concept of annuity, where we are going to cover both present value of annuity and future value of annuity. Okay, let's quickly have a recap of the formulae. I hope the screen is visible, clearly visible, right? First, simple interest. Simple interest is equal to P into N into I, where I is given as the rate of interest per annum, PNR by 100. Now, points to remember. When they ask you calculate interest, the formula is going to be simple interest SI is equal to P into N into I. Whereas if they ask you to calculate the amount or future value of simple interest, okay, then it is principal plus simple interest. Okay, remember in the examination they will clearly mention if the question is on simple interest. If the question is silent, it is always assumed to be compound interest. Okay, if the question is silent, it is always compound interest. Moving on to the next, compound interest. What is compound interest? Amount is equal to, or amount or future value is equal to P into 1 plus I the whole power N, where I is again rate of interest per annum. Okay. Now when it is periodic compounding, so periodic compounding in the sense your rate of interest is going to be multiplied, or your N is going to be multiplied and rate of interest is going to be divided. So in periodic compounding, they will use the word compounded monthly, compounded quarterly, compounded half yearly. These are the 3 hints that is commonly going to be tested upon. When it is compounded half yearly, then we are going to say the rate of interest is given as per annum. Therefore, when it is half yearly, you have to divide the rate of interest by 2 and multiply the N as into 2. Okay. When it is compounded quarterly, rate is divided by 4 and N is multiplied by 4. And when it is compounded monthly, rate is divided by 12 and N is multiplied by 12. Okay. The question will clearly mention whether it is half yearly, quarterly or annual monthly compounding. Otherwise, you can avoid this compounding step and do it normally. Okay, the formula I repeat, future value or amount is equal to P into 1 plus I the whole power N, where if you want to find out the compound interest, we are going to do the future value or the amount minus principal. Future value or amount minus principal. Yes? Okay. First point to remember, For the first year, the simple interest and compound interest will always remain the same. Whereas from the second year onwards, compound interest will be more than the simple interest. Second point, if they ask you the question, a very commonly asked question, for a compounding question, what is the period in which a particular amount will double itself? Okay, only for doubling itself, the rule is you can use this shortcut. Normally what we will do, we will assume, okay, principal is equal to P. So our normal assumption is principal, amount is doubling itself, now it becomes 2 times the principal, and we will substitute it in the formula, P into 1 plus I the whole power n, where I will be given to you in the question. Say 5 by 100, so I will be equal to 0.05. So we will substitute and try to solve. However, if it is a question on doubling, then you can use this shortcut for the examination. The shortcut is divide 72 by R. For example, if they say the rate of interest is 5% per annum, you just have to, and if the question is doubling itself, you just have to do 72 by 5. Okay, not 0.05. Remember, I am using the word R and not I. Okay, 72 by 5. Or you can do the second formula, which is 0.35 plus 69 by R. So 5 in this case. 0.35 plus 69 by R. The second one is more accurate, whereas the first one gives an approximate answer. Okay. This rule is applicable only for doubling itself. Okay. Right. Next, effective interest. So there are 2 words normally used: nominal interest, effective interest. Nominal interest is the actual rate of interest, whereas effective interest is given by the formula 1 plus I by m the whole power m minus 1. Of course, into 100 finally. Okay. 1 plus, I hope the screen is visible clearly. If you want me to zoom it further, you let me know. Is it visible till the last? Okay. 1 plus I by m the whole power m. Now what is I? I is nothing but R by 100. What is m? The number of periods. Say for example, if they say what is the effective interest for an interest rate of 5% compounded half yearly. Compounded half yearly. So I is 5%. Half yearly means how many periods we are going to have? 2 periods. So m will become 2. Okay, so 1 plus I by 2 the whole power 2. Minus 1, you will get the answer in decimal. Multiply by 100 to get the effective rate. Clear? So these are your formula with respect to basic questions on simple, compound and effective rate of interest. Quickly run through once. Next, we move on to the concept of annuities. Now, what is annuity? Annuity refers to a periodic payment, okay, or a periodic receipt of money at regular intervals. Okay. The first point you have to remember is annuity can be equal or unequal, but generally, from your examination perspective, it is always equal, which means equal installments paid over a period of time. There are 2 types of annuities: annuity due and annuity regular. When it is annuity regular is nothing but the payment is made at the end of each period. The payment is made at the end of each period. And annuity due means payment is made at the beginning of each period, starting immediately. Okay. Now here is where I want you to focus and remember certain points. You can take these hints down. I'll come to the formula separately. Now, annuity due, annuity regular. Okay. Now, what are all the hints that you will pick from the question to understand whether it is annuity due or regular? Annuity due means the word will be, again, of course, annuity abdina, the word installment will be present somewhere. Equated installment, equal payments, all these words will be present. So that itself will indicate it is an annuity. If the word immediately is present, starting immediately or beginning today, if all these are present, then it is annuity due. If nothing of that sort is present, then it is annuity regular. இப்போ இது எதுவுமே இல்லாம question can be very plain and common. How to identify? Example, a loan was taken to be paid at equal installments. Find the amount of equated payment. The question is silent. So which annuity should you use? Annuity? Regular. Okay? Right? A particular product was bought in installment or in EMI or whatever it is, hire purchase. Okay? The first installment was paid immediately. Then it is? Okay? So pick the hint relevantly from the question to understand which formula is going to be suitable. In the chapter, the hint is only looking at the question. Question correct what you want. If you have clearly found out, then you can answer the question very comfortably. Clear? Okay. So if the question is silent, always use annuity regular. Right? Now if I have to find out annuity due for, let me say, 5 years or 5 installments, then how can I convert it to annuity regular? Annuity due for 5 years is equal to annuity regular for 4 years plus first installment. So remember this rule. Annuity due for n years is equal to annuity regular for n minus 1 years plus first installment. Okay? This was one of the questions that was asked in, I think, 2022 or something. Theory annuity due for n years is equal to. The options were annuity regular for n plus 1 years, n minus 1 years, and the madri. Okay? Clear with this rule? Okay? Now coming to the formula. Now the first formula, this is a table that explains both your future value and present value. Now before I come to the formula, what is future value? Value at the end of the period. Present value is value today, beginning of the period or today. Okay, a loan was taken for so and so rupees. Is it the present value or the future value? Loan was taken for, what is the amount of the loan? Some value. When is it taken? Today. So it is called as the present value. An amount was invested in sinking fund to realize 5 lakhs at the end of 5 years. Future value. Because this 5 lakhs is required at the end of 5 years. Future value. Okay. An amount was invested in a deposit to realize 10 lakhs at the end of 5 years? Future value. Okay. An amount of a fund was initiated today having a value of 10 lakhs. Present value. Okay. So again, read the question. If the value is of today, then it is present value. If that particular value is for the future, then it is the future value. Clear? Now come to the formula. For single flow is nothing but your compound interest formula. Okay, the first table is compound interest formula, 1 plus r the whole power n. Now present value is always given by 1 divided by future value. Present value is nothing but 1 divided by your 1 plus r the whole power n. 1 divided by 1 plus r the whole power n. Okay. Now come to the first, regular annuity. Now what is the formula for regular annuity? Annuity amount is equal to, yes, give me the formula. Let's write the formula. Annuity amount, assuming A is the annuity amount. If I want to find out the present value, how will I write the formula? Always remember, first go to the future value. அதுக்கப்புறமா present value க்கு வாங்க. எந்த question இருந்தாலும். I will give you the shortcut also. But if the question is asking you in general, always go with the formula for future value first. What is the formula for future value of regular annuity? 1 plus r the whole power n minus 1 divided by r. So it is a into 1 plus r the whole power n minus 1 divided by 1 plus r. Sorry, divided by r, my bad. Divided by r. Future value is equal to, so this is the future amount. A represents the annuity or the installment. A represents the annuity or the installment, where R is your rate of interest. Instead of R, you can also use the term I, where I is R by 100. Now, how to find out the present value for the same regular annuity? Present value is always given as future value divided by 1 plus I the whole power n. Future value divided by, so in the formula if you see 1 plus r the whole power n minus 1 divided by r, the same thing is coming. Denominator we are just adding 1 plus r the whole power n. So which is nothing but future value divided by 1 plus I the whole power n. So if you want to use the formula for annuities, use the future value formula first. Future value கண்டுபிடிங்க. Then divide by 1 plus I the whole power n to find out the present value. So far clear? This is for annuity regular. Shall I continue? Now coming to annuity due. Coming to annuity due. Future value is equal to, let's repeat the same formula first. 1 plus I the whole power n, a into 1 plus I the whole power n minus 1 divided by I. Now because it is annuity due, I should have one more period extra. So I would have written it in the formula into 1 plus R. So we can write it as into 1 plus I. Excuse me. Into 1 plus I. Okay. So present value is the same rule, future value into 1 plus I the whole power n. அதே formula தான். 1 plus I the whole power. Okay. Now, for you to remember the relationship, future value of annuity due is equal to future value of annuity regular into 1 plus I. That is what we did here, just multiplied by 1 plus I. Present value of annuity due is equal to present value of annuity regular yes, present value of annuity regular. What is the difference in the formula? Can you tell me? Again, this is an objective question.
Yes.
Into 1 plus I, அவ்வளவுதான். அது மட்டும்தானே change in the formula. That is the only place it is changing in the formula. So it is just into 1 plus I. Okay? Or, this is where you have to remember, or future value of annuity regular divided by 1 plus I, normal formula என்னது 1 plus I, the whole power n. But numeratorல ஒரு 1 plus I இருக்கு. So it will get cancelled and you will write 1 plus I the whole power n minus 1. This is what I told you as future value is equal to n minus 1 installments plus first installment. We discussed, right? This is what is the formula. So remember this for your objective purposes. Present value of annuity due is equal to future value of annuity regular divided by 1 plus I the whole power n minus 1. Okay, this is just if they ask you as theory in the examination. Okay, clear with these? Okay, now how to find out your future value and present value in the exams? First thing, the rule of compound. If it is future value, then we already know the formula. You are going to directly apply the formula of future value, whether it is annuity due or regular. But if the question asks you present value, okay, now how to find out present value? By formula pathina, you have to do the future value and then only find out the present value. Or you can adopt a shortcut. So future value is formula. For present value, you can use a shortcut. Now what is the shortcut? You can find out the sum of 1 by 1 plus I which is called as the discounting factor or present value annuity factor. Present value annuity factor, PVAF. The examination in most of your later attempts, they have given this present value annuity factor in the question itself. Okay, you just have to use that for the purpose of calculation. However, if it is not available, you can calculate it on your own. How to calculate it? Say for example, let's take an example. Calculate the present value of annuity regular. If nothing is mentioned, it is annuity regular of 10,000 rupees for 5 years at 10% per annum. So it is 5 installments, 5 years, 10% per annum. Now what you can do is, instead of going by the formula directly, you can adopt the shortcut. What is the shortcut? You need to do the PVAF. If the question gives you PVAF, well and good. If it is not giving you, how to calculate? Take out your calculators. You're going to do 1 divided by 1 plus I. 1 plus I is 1 plus 0.10. 10 is 0.10, right? Plus 1 by 1 plus 0.10 the whole square. So on till 1 plus 0.10 the whole power 5. So how to do this in your calculation? 1 divided by 1.1 done a value. So 1 divided by 1.1 equal to, again equal to, so second equal to, this is for certain set of calculators. Second equal to panna answer maruda? Maruda? Okay. So that is year 2. Press equal to again 3. Equal to again 4. Equal to again 5. Now you have a GT in your calculator. Press GT. You get a value of
3.79.
9. Do not restrict yourself with 2 decimals. At least work with 3 decimals in your examination to get more accurate answers. 3.79 and that's all. Exact 3.79. 790. Okay. Now this is your PVAF for 10% for 5 years. Clear? Now any one of you where ma'am எனக்கு GT ல இந்த ஆன்சர் வரல. GTA இல்ல. Okay. அதுக்கும் solution இருக்கு if you are using that. If you are using a calculator where this GT logic is not coming or where you do not have a GT, then you can use same formula M plus function. Memory plus M minus function. How to do that? Again I am telling you, please listen. 1 divided by 1.1 equal to M plus. Again equal to M plus. Okay. Third time equal to M plus. Fourth time equal to M plus. Fifth time equal to M plus. Now after the last fifth M plus, press MR or MC. You will get that answer. Okay. So if you don't have GT button, use the M plus function. But remember, when you are using M plus function, clear your calculator memory. MRC 2 தடவை press பண்ணி 0 பண்ணிட்டு work பண்ணுங்க. There should be no M symbol in your screen when you are using the M plus function. Clear? So with that you will get your present value annuity factor. Now to the formula, shortcut formula for annuity regular. Present value is equal to annuity A into present value annuity factor. Okay. So for this example, we can say present value is equal to 10,000 into 3.790. That's all. A into present value annuity factor. Clear? Yes? This shortcut can be used to reverse also. When present value is given and they are asking you the annuity, இதே formula you can use. You can just substitute. Present value substitute பண்ணிட்டு annuity you can find out, where you can say annuity is equal to present value divided by present value annuity factor. You can use this formula either ways when present value function is going to be tested. Clear with the shortcut? Now if the same present value is asked for annuity due, இதே formula தான், no change. However, if you look at n, I would have given n as n minus 1. Okay, n minus 1 plus 1 you have to do in the last. Okay, so let's take the same question. If I want to find out present value for 10,000 at 10% per annum for 5 years, whereas if it is annuity due. Okay, simple. First n வந்து it is not going to be 5 years, n is going to be 5 minus 1, 4 years. So calculate PVAF for 4 years. Same formula, 1 divided by 1 plus 1.1, the whole power each value. So same calculator shortcut you can do and tell me. I repeat the shortcut, 1 divided by 1.1 equal to GT, or equal to M plus equal to M plus equal to M plus finally MRC.
3.169.
169. This is for 4 years. Okay. Just add plus 1. 4.169. This will be your PVAF that you are going to use in the exam. Examination, if they give you in the question, they will give you only 3.169. Clear up, they would have given PVAF for how many percentage? 10%, comma, evlo years in kuduthirupanga. Idhe vechida you can arrive what is the value given. Okay, PVAF is represented as R, comma, N. So they would have given what is the rate, what is the N. Clearly look at the question. 3.169 kuduthirupanga. But if it is annuity due, you have to do plus 1 before you find the final answer. Okay, so 4.169. So answer will be present value is equal to 10,000 into 4.169. So for present value, both regular and due, this shortcut is applicable. Clear? Yes. For future value, the formula, you can directly apply the formula that we have discussed in the class. Clear so far? 2 minutes time to quickly go through the formula. And then we will start with the questions for time value chapter. Okay. So we are going to begin with the questions on time value of money. The questions will be on the screen. Okay. We will discuss the answers. The copy of the questions will be given to you after we have done with the discussion. The copy of the questions will be given to you as a part of your take home materials. Right. Now, first question. What will be the population after 3 years? This is an RTP question of your Jan 25. When present population is 25,000 and population increases at the rate of 3% in the first year, 4% in the second year, 5% in the third year. Now here it is a population increase. So when the question is about population increase, it is compounding. Okay, first point. Second point, when it is rate of interest is changing year on year, you have to do the calculation year on year only. So how to do this calculation year on year? The current population is simple. Use the compound interest formula. Future value is equal to present value into 1 plus I, or principal into 1 plus I, the whole power n. So here n is 1. Why 1? Because year on year we are going to compute the interest, compute the increase because rate is changing. Okay. So first year it is going to be, what is the 25,000? Okay. Into the population increases at 3% in the first year. So which will be 1 plus 0.03. This is for the first year. Calculate. 25 750. Okay. Now second year will be, this will become your principal, 25 750 into 1 plus, now let's see the rate of the second year, 4% in the second year. So 0.04.
26 780.
Now 26 780 into 1 plus, what is the third year? 5% in the third year. 28?
119.
Now that is your final answer, 28,119. I'm marking the final answer also for your reference. 28,119. Okay. You can directly or do it as 25,000 into 1.03 into 1.04 into 1.05. Directly you can multiply, you get the same result, 28,119. Okay. So if the rate of interest is changing year on year, then you should do future value is equal to present value into 1 plus rate 1 into 1 plus rate 2 into 1 plus rate 3, so on. Right? Suppose if the first 2 years rate is the same, then instead of doing 1 you can do 1 plus rate 1 the whole square. Aduthathu rate 2 how many ever years. So how many ever years each rate is repeating, that much times you can take the power. If it is not repeating, take it as 1 by 1. Purinjida? Yes? So clear with the first question? Second question. The future value of an annuity of 1,500 made annually for 5 years at 10% compounded annually is. Okay? Now, future value formula. Future value is equal to A into 1 plus I the whole power n minus 1 divided by I. Go ahead, calculate. They have directly given you 1 plus I the whole power n for value also. Okay, if it is not given also, you can do, use your memory plus calculator functions, or directly your equal to function. Memory plus is also not required because we are not doing a total. So to find out 1 plus I the whole power 5 or 1.1 the whole power 5, you can take in your calculator 1.1 into equal to. You will get the same answer. Work out and give me the answer. Answer. 9157 point. Correct? Earlier. Your values are amount 1,500 into 1.10 the whole power 5 minus 1 divided by divided by I 0.10. So your answer should be 9157.65. Have you got it? Okay. Third question. Find the effective rate of interest to a nominal rate of 8% per annum payable half yearly. So half yearly is 2 times. Now nominal rate is 8% per annum. So effective rate of interest is equal to formula 1 plus I by m the whole power m. So 1 plus I is 0.08 by m. Payable half yearly. So m is what? Quarterly na m will be? Monthly na? Clear? So by 2 the whole power 2. You get your answer in decimal, multiply it by 100. So your answer will be 0.08. Sorry. Yeah, 0.08. Minus 1, so you will get your answer as 0.0816. So multiply by 100, you get 8.16 percentage. 8.16 percentage. Right? Fourth one. If 10,000 is invested at 8% per annum, so invested means is it the present value or the future value? Present value, 8% per annum compounded quarterly. So R has to be divided by, N has to be multiplied by 4. The value of the investment after 2 years is, so 2 years na N is 2, when you multiply it by 4, N will become 8. R is 8% per annum divided by 4, it will become 2. Calculate. Now what are they asking? Value of the investment after 2 years. Future value. Answer. You should not spend time taking down the numbers from the question. Okay, your examination has only 1 minute for you to answer a question. So question பார்த்து calculator மட்டும்தான் work பண்ணணும். Only in places where you have too many calculations involved, you can write down or jot down the numbers. So as far as possible, when you are looking at the screen, try not to take down any numbers. Directly use the calculator to work out the answer to get the habit of it. So 8% per annum divided by 4 means 0.08 by 4, which is 0.02. Correct? So we are going to take 10,000 into 1.02 the whole power 8. Okay, 10,000 into 1.02 the whole power 8. So you can do 10,000 into 1.02 plus equal to for 8 times, sorry 7 times, oh, sorry 8 times. 8 times you will get the answer. என்னாச்சு? What is the answer? அவ்வளவுதான். ஆப்ஷன் இல்லைன்னா none of these இருக்கே. Why do you have to worry? So what is the exact answer that you are getting? Let's check. $11,716.59. யாருக்கு ஆப்ஷன் வரலன்னு சொன்னது? 11,716.59. Correct answer. Okay. So this is one of your RTP questions. So in these type of questions, common mistake is if you are doing a mistake in your calculation and if you have none of these as an option, அவசரத்துல அதை டிக் பண்ணிட்டு போயிடும். Okay, and in the examination if you feel எனக்கு ஆன்சர் வரல, ஆப்ஷன்ல none of these இருக்கு அப்படின்னா உடனே ஆன்சர் கொடுத்துறாதீங்க. Try it again once. Recheck your answer before you give none of these as an answer. There are many cases where none of these will be the option, but that will not be the correct answer. You will definitely sometimes have the answer in the examination also. Okay, so please be very sure. None of these, all of these la irukna, be very sure to recheck your working before you go to finalizing the answer. Okay, illaya the question skip pannite come back to it later. That also you can. Right? Are you clear with question 4? Can I continue? Question 5. 1,000 is invested at the rate of 5% and interest is added to the principal every 10 years. The number of years in which it will amount to 2,000 is. $1,000 is invested at the interest rate of 5%. Interest is added to the principal every 10 years. Not every year. So is it simple interest or compound interest? When interest is added to the principal at a periodic interval, then it is simple interest for the given number of years. Which means for the first 10 years, it is simple interest. For the next 10 years, again it will be simple interest. Again, after the 20 years, it will be simple interest. So the interest, the principal will keep changing only at the 10th year mark. So here remember, interest is added to the principal nu mattum paathitu compounding assume panikka koodadhu. It is simple interest, but principal is going to change for 10 year cycle. So how to calculate this? 1,000 invested at 5% for principal changing every 10 years. So very simple. First 10 years ka calculate the simple interest. 1,000 into what is the rate of interest? 5%. So 0.05 into 10. 500. Okay. Now this 500 is added to the principal in the 10th year. So total principal is total revised principal is 1,500. Total revised principal is 1,500. Now listen very carefully. Ma'am, next 10 years pannanuma. How to check? If your amount was more than 2,000 rupees, then you can directly choose the option D, 6/2/3 years. ஏனா 10 வருஷத்துக்குள்ளே வந்துருது. However, your amount is only 1,500 rupees, but they are asking you how much rupees you need. 2,000 rupees. So option D is rejected. 10 years is over. The option is only 6/2/3 years. So option D is rejected. Now we are left with approximately 16 years answer in everything. So now what you can do is you can keep So you now know that the options are all between in 16 years, which means between 10 to 20 years. Correct? So now first 10 years over. Next 10 years again am I going to do simple interest or compound interest? Simple interest. Very simple. The amount is going to be 2000 rupees. What is your principal? This is the amount. Principal is 1000 or 1500? 1500. Okay. Rate of interest we already know. 5%. Now n is what you don't know. Just calculate. Now how to find out the simple interest formula? Amount vechirkona. Simple interest is equal to amount minus principal, which is 2000 minus 1500, which is 500, where your simple interest is 500 is equal to P into 0.05 into n. Find out n. Ah. 0.66 is nothing but taken as 2 by 3. Correct? So this is 6 2 by 3. Already first 10 years lapsed. So your final answer will be 10 plus 6 2 by 3, which is 16 2 by 3. This was your one of your questions in I think 2021 attempt or something. So answer is 16 2 by 3 years. So the hint you have to see here is interest added to the principal every 10 years. So when it is periodic, it is not compound, it is simple interest. Clear? Sixth question, cakewalk. Present value of 2000 after 8 years at 6% per annum. Now, present value of 2000 after 8 years at 6% per annum. Is 2000 annuity or single amount? Is the question having installment, annuity, any of the words? So what is this? It is a single amount, future value. Okay. Question paakadam present value, annuity, avalalam kadayave kadayadu. The question is very simple. They have given you the future value, which is 2000. They are asking you the present value. And if question is asking you like that, you just have to use your compound interest formula. What is compound interest formula? Future value or amount is equal to P into 1 plus I the whole power n. Where this IA or amount becomes the future value, P or principal becomes the present value. Okay. So this is your future value, and this is your present value. Go ahead, use the formula, work out and give me the answer. One zero 1254. So that is what they would have given in the hint also. See, 1.06 the whole power 8 is equal to 1.5. PVAF nu kudukala. Power value mattum dhaan kuduthirukanga because it is only one power that we are going to use directly. Right? Any doubts? Next. A machine is worth 4,90,740. Depreciated at 15% on its opening value each year. When will the value reduce to 2,0750? Now, if the question is on depreciation, only depreciation, So if the question is on depreciation, we are going to use the same compound interest formula. However, slightly change it. What is the formula? P into 1 plus I the whole power n. So instead of 1 plus, we are going to write 1 minus I the whole power n. Where P is nothing but cost or original value. Okay, and what is the result that we are going to get? It is not the depreciation amount, it is the written down value. Okay, it is the written down value. So if I have to put it clearly, you can write it as written down value is equal to cost or original value into 1 minus I the whole power n. And depreciation will be cost minus written down value. Okay. Now, go ahead. A machine worth 490, 740. What is this worth? Cost. Depreciated at 15%. I is equal to 15 by 100, 0.15. When its value will reduce to 2,750. Reduce to அப்படின்னா என்னது? It is the written down value. Whereas if they use the word reduce by, then that amount is the depreciation. Okay, so if they use the word reduce to, the amount given is the written down value. If they use the word reduce by, then the amount given is depreciation value. So now they have given you the written down value in this question. $2,00750 is equal to 4,90,740 into 1 minus 0.15 the whole power n, where n is the missing figure. What is the answer? Okay. So here you would have done this particular step. So 2,0750 divided by 490,740. What is the value that you are getting? 40? Okay. Is equal to 1 minus 0.15. So which is 0.85 to the power n. Okay. Now examination hint. See what are the years given in the option. Around 5 years la irukku. So first try 5 years directly. Try. So 0.85 to the power 5. So 0.85 to the power 5 is 0. So actually it is not matching. So should it be less than 5 years or more than 5 years? It should be more than 5 years. Okay. So next is 0.85 to the power 6. Try. 3771. Okay. Take the difference. 0.05. Okay, 0.065. Okay. Now 0.065 is the difference in the proportion for 1 year. Now here the challenge is 5 years and some months கொடுத்துட்டு 6 years 7 years la கொடுத்திருந்தாங்கன்னா you would have chosen 5 years and that some months as the answer. But here everything is 5 years. Now the challenge is I need to choose which month correctly. Actually பண்ணனும்னா நீங்க to the power 5.5 5.6 னு எடுத்து log எடுத்து பண்ணனும், which is a longer process. So we are going to do how best to find it accurately. 0.065 just divide it by so just take it as into 12. 0.79. Okay, so which means now 0.065 is the period for 1 year. Now I am going to try to convert it to months. Now when I convert it to months, just do it into 12. You gave me the answer as 0.78 or 79, which means approximately 0.8. Correct? So 0.8 அப்படின்னா how many months? 0.8 is not 8 months. Okay, 0.8 is 8 by 12. Sorry, 0.8 into 12. 9.6 months or 10 months. So your answer will be nearest to 9 months எது இருக்கோ அதுதான் answer. So what is the answer? 5 years and 5 years and 9 months இருந்தா அதை choose பண்ணிருங்க. See, this is not the accurate method of finding, but this is the shortcut of finding. Okay. Next question. 8th one. Mr. X wants to accumulate 50 lakhs at the end of 10 years. How much is required to be invested every year? Interest is compounded at 10%. So what is given? What is required? How much is to be, okay, எப்பவுமே what is required லேந்து வாங்க, அப்புறமா given க்கு போம். What is required? How much is to be invested every year? Annuity. Question is silent. So annuity regular. அப்போ ஒண்ணா future value தெரியணும் இல்ல present value தெரியணும். So what is given in the question? Wants to accumulate 50 lakhs at the end of 10 years. So 10 years is, end of 10 years is future value. Future value given, N is given, R is given. Find out the annuity. Option A. 313,726.87. Okay. Ninth one. Company creates a sinking fund of how much rupees? Of 2 lakh rupees in a bank for 5 years. Sorry, for 15 years, that offers interest rate of 6% per annum, yearly payment to be made by the company. What is asked? What is asked? Yearly payment. Yearly payment na enna veno? Annuity. Okay. Annuity ku you need either present value or future value. What is the value given to us? Sinking fund of 2 lakh rupees in a bank account. Yes. Now, when the question is given sinking fund, the fund is going to be for the future. Okay. So, please mark and keep sinking fund and use pannirundanga. The amount that is required is the future amount. Sinking fund. Sinking fund, endowment fund. In the fund, the fund or accumulation is end of the period. The given value is usually the end of the period. So 2 lakhs is what? Future value. Work out. Same formula. Annuity is given. 2 lakhs future value is given. 15 years, rate of interest 6%. Answer? Ananya Narayani. Nature. 2 lakhs, 15 years, 6% per annum. If you are feeling you are getting the wrong answer, okay, especially in chapters like this, ma'am, நான் work out பண்ணிட்ட formula எனக்கு இந்த ஆப்ஷன்ஸ்ல இருக்கிற எந்த ஆன்சரும் வரலனா Immediately, don't redo the same forward working. Do the reverse working. How to do the reverse working? Take one option and option testing பண்ணிருங்க. How to do the option testing here? Suppose let's assume option A is 8149. Annuity amount is 8149. 2 lakhs is the future value வரணும். So 8149 into 1 plus I the whole power n minus 1 divided by I panna you should get 2 lakhs. See if you are getting 2 lakhs. So if you are feeling you are not getting the right answer, you can do option testing. What is the answer? 0.06 whole power 15. Eight five 92 something like that is your answer. If you are not getting the exact answer from this particular options, choose the nearest possible answer. Nearest possible inge abdina, it is either option A or option B. Okay, which one is nearer by value or choose that. Okay, this is examination shortcut. Sometimes in your exam you may not get exact answer. It can be because of two reasons. One, you would have used 2 or 3 decimals. If you use the entire decimal, probably you will get the nearest approximation. Or sometimes அவங்க கொடுத்திருக்கிற வேல்யூல அவங்களே approximate பண்ணி கொடுத்திருக்கலாம். Okay, so in the mari casesல choose the nearest answer. 95% your answer will be right. Okay, and 5% கடவுள் கொடுத்திரலாம் பரவாயில்லை. Right? Last one. 2,500 is paid for every year for 10 years to pay off a loan. What is the loan amount if the interest rate is 14% per annum compounded annually? Read the question. Tell me what is required. Present value. What is the loan amount? Which means present value is required. What is given? Annuity is given. Interest years is given. Rate of interest is given. You can use the shortcut for present value. 1 divided by 1 plus I. I is what? 14%. So 1 divided by 1.14. You can do the calculation and find the annuity factor. $13,040.27. 13,040.27. Okay, 13,040.27. So I hope you are clear on identifying what words in the question to pick for what formula. Clear? So that is the only tricky area in this chapter. Rest is all formula based. Yes? Clear with the chapter? Any doubts? Conceptually doubts, formula doubts, question doubts? Solluma. Okay, if you have any question doubts, any specific question doubts also, you can let me know. We will pick it up for discussion if it is a different question for practice. Okay, so these are the questions that we have discussed today with, and these are from mostly your past task materials, revision and mock test papers majorly. Okay, so with this, we take a break for now and we will resume after your breakfast and start with statistics, the core area of discussion for the day. Right? Take a break and we will resume in half an hour.